Thank you. And in the Middle East this evening, there is growing fear of a broader war between Israel and Iranian-backed militants after the killing of top leaders of both Hamas and Hezbollah. Raf Sanchez is in Tel Aviv tonight. Raf?
Lester, Israel is bracing for retaliation on multiple fronts tonight, and now the State Department issuing a stark new warning to U.S. citizens: get out of South Lebanon because new fighting may be about to erupt.
Tonight, cries for revenge against Israel echoing across the Middle East after the brazen assassination of Hamas's political chief in the heart of the Iranian capital. Ismail Haniyeh killed in an Israeli missile strike just hours after meeting Iran's supreme leader, according to state media. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu tonight refusing to say if his country was responsible, but warning Israel will exact a heavy price for any aggression against us. Now, fears growing that Haniyeh's violent death could derail fragile ceasefire talks and spark a wider war. The White House racing to keep diplomacy alive.
I think it's too soon to know what any of these reported events could mean for the ceasefire deal. That doesn't mean we're going to stop working on it.
84-year-old Oded Lifshitz, kidnapped on October 7th, has been held hostage in Gaza for 299 days. We met his grandson, Daniel.
Do you think Benjamin Netanyahu is serious about getting a deal to bring the hostages home?
I think that if he's not serious about getting the hostages home, the Americans need to make all the necessary pressure that he will do so.
1,000 miles away from Iran, in Beirut, the capital of Lebanon, Hezbollah confirming one of its top commanders was killed by an Israeli strike. Israel says Fouad Shukr was responsible for the deaths of 12 children in a rocket attack. But Lebanon says this brother and sister were also killed in the Israeli bombing, a cycle of revenge that's taking the region to the brink of war. Raf Sanchez, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.